Adam's like within a game or two of making the playoffs, and then I'm like terrified if he doesn't, like he might spiral down to be the worst.
Facts,
like
dude.
he's so close.
I was
to
like
both.
sad watching the video. He was like,
We've officially kissed our season goodbye. I mean, it's fucking over for us. It's probably been long over, but officially feels like we're throwing in the towel.
I'm like, brother, I
You're
beat JL. You're one
out.
game
Yeah.
out from the playoffs. You're one game with 3
Yeah,
weeks.
he was
And
really
you play
spiraling.
JL.
Yeah.
And you fucking play JL. Lock in, Adam.
All right, so we go into week 12 here, right? We got back-to-back-to-back divisional opponents. Basically, everything is at stake for the Woats and for everyone in Your Idiot Leaguemates. We're coming off our worst game of the season for sure, probably of, the 2 years I've had in Your Idiot Leaguemates. And honestly, it feels like my fantasy lifetime, my lifetime period. Abysmal week. Really just threw in the towel. I got nothing left for this game emotionally. It's taken everything from me. A lot of them self-inflicted wounds, right? I mean, Kyler Murray and Marv try to take that stack 3rd and 4th round. I mean, what are we doing? We got Marv, can't stay on the field, a wide receiver 3. Kyler Murray's being told that he's no longer the future franchise quarterback to a journeyman in Jacoby Brissett, who's now setting NFL records last week at least. I'm looking around too. J.J. McCarthy, my quarterback too. I actually drafted quarterbacks earlier. I knew what I did last year to fuck up. I waited too long in the quarterback position. This year, draft them earlier, but we are absolutely keeping up with our team name, the Woke Quarterbacks. We got, the Cam Scatterbo injury. We got the J.K. Dobbins injury. What more do you want from me? I got nothing left to give. But you know what? It's no victim mentality. There's no time for that shit. Nobody cares. It's time to battle. I got Nate this week. And I'll tell you, if you just look at my lineup the way I had it set, J.J. McCarthy, my quarterback 1 spot. The good news is he did go for positive points. He wasn't negative. 0.48 out of J.J. McCarthy. And then Bayshal Tootin, my big, fab spend. I'm saving this fab, right, to have the hammer. Spend it all on Bayshal Tootin. Cohen sold me, man. He really sold, dude. He looked like he was going to be at least, in a 50-50 split with ETN. He was out carrying him last week. He gets almost no work this game, 7 touches. So between our two, running back 1 and running back 2 spot in the lineup, at least visually, we're at about 2 points. But listen, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Hunter Henry. I'm notorious for saying the tight end position doesn't matter, even in tight end premium leagues. Well, let me tell you something. Those things in the past, Hunter Henry goes for 24.5. He says, you believe in these, superflex quarterbacks? 51 times the production of J.J. McCarthy. Low bar by J.J., but a hell of a game from Hunter Henry. He goes 7 catches, 115 and a touchdown. Amon-Ra, just as steady can be. Last week, he definitely laid an egg, but, we had to completely get right on that. He goes for just shy of 30. Here's the thing, right? There is a lot of negative stuff still here, right? You can look at the glass half full. You can look at the glass half empty. You choose how you want to look at your life, but us, we're going to fight. We're going to fight, we're going to scratch, we're going to claw. Just when you thought I was out, they pull me back in. Shadur Sanders. Pick him up nice and cheap, $4. Announce the starter for next week. Would you rather have any other way? The Cleveland Browns, Shadur Sanders, my only quarterback in Your Idiot League Mates. Listen, it's not pretty, okay? Rome seemingly is inconsistent and just doesn't have the upside I thought he once did in the early part of the year. At least it feels that way. He's still good, just not great. Smitty, again, good, not great. Listen, if Nate comes back and beats me, it's Monday before the Monday night game, okay? If Ricky Pearsall goes for 38 points, I'm finished. Cook. It's over. But he's not going to, okay? We got Kittle, we got McCaffrey. And Nate, you thought you were going to just waltz into this thing? I mean, come on. This is the Woats after all. But here's the thing. As far as playoff spots go, Nate, you already saw what can happen, all right? This beat-up old team, someone's got to rep the Woats. That's the thing. We had to wake up. No more of this bullshit. No more crying. No more throwing in the towel. We got 2 more weeks to take out the rest of the Woats, represent the Woats, and at least give this league hell in the playoffs.
Adam somehow pulled out an ugly victory here, and I'm all about it. He is going to pull out a victory with J.J. McCarthy scoring less than 1 point. 0.48 points for J.J. His other QB, Superflex League, might I remind you, his other QB, 9.6 points, Joe Flacco. bleh, disgusting. So ugly. This man is about to pull out the ugliest dub, and I'm here for it.
Adam's team is in fucking shambles right now. Like, he started Bashal Tootin, goes sub 2 points. Starts JJ McCarthy, who gives him half a point. I don't know what he's going to do at quarterback going forward. There's a possibility that Shedeur Sanders is his only startable quarterback right now. So it's not good, but he's fighting. He beats Nate, and now Nate goes to 6-6. JL goes to 6-6. Adam is going to be 5-7. And Adam still plays Sexy next week. And then, of course, JL the week after that. And JL and Nate play next week. So the WOT division, like, they're terrible. Everybody in that division fucking stinks and their teams are terrible. But at least it's going to be interesting.
Adam picks up a big win. Last week, he declared himself eliminated from the playoffs. And then he takes down Nate. I mean, this kept him in it. If he lost here, he would essentially be mathematically eliminated. But Adam is now going to be one game back of both Nate and JL for a playoff spot. So that is the only playoff race we have going on right now between the three of them. Two of them will make it into the playoffs. And the points for, they're really close too. Nate had the lead, but after a 90-point week, maybe 100 points, it's gonna even up a little bit. So this could really go any of the three directions.
Adam's going to beat Nate. So that's a really tight race. And they're all going to play each other for the next 2 weeks again.
Adam going against Nate. And it's looking like Adam's going to pull out a dub here, which means if this goes the way we think, Adam pulls out a dub, Nate pulls out an L, I pull out a dub this week. Nate and I will be tied at 6-6 at the top of the division. But who knows? Now both playoff spots in my division are up for grabs. And I, for one, I kind of love to see it. I kind of fuck with this because you know what? You know who's feeling really bad today? That's Mr. Nate. And you know what that does? That makes me feel real good. Adam, I don't care that much. Adam's a good guy, you know? He hasn't been talking that much shit all season. Nate, let's go, Nate. Adam and I are about to take your fucking playoff spot, motherfucker.
All right, Nate checking in from beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida. The weather has been amazing. The fantasy football has not been. We're going to drop to Adam this week in a game where if we would have won, we would have locked up a playoff spot. He'd be down 3 games with 2 to play. No matter what happened with JL, we'd be in one of the top 2 spots. We could cruise the final 2 weeks. Now, because Josh Allen doesn't show up, Dalton Schultz doesn't show up, Cowboys don't really show up, we're going to drop on Adam, and things are sketchy all of a sudden. Adam's down a game, and he's creeping up in points. As strong as people in the league seem to think I am, you know, I'm top 6 in all the power rankings, mentions about how people don't want to play me in the playoffs on the previews. We're not feeling great, because like I said, team's not been showing up, and now we're in a position where we have to perform to make the playoffs, where we could have just chilled. The game was there for the taking. Adam gets nothing out of his quarterbacks, but high-end performances from his skill position players, and we just don't get much of anything from our squad. We're playing a hot JL team probably for the division title next week. If we can get a dub there, that'd be huge. Probably lock off playoffs. Be able to shit-talk JL for taking 3 wins away from him. If not, there's a chance Adam picks up another, and all of a sudden we're playing sexy in week 14 with playoffs on the line. Not somewhere I want to be, so it'd be a lot easier to just beat JL than to hope Adam loses. We just need to put together a strong performance, which is something that we really haven't done in the last 3 weeks. So we're feeling down, but we're not out. All it takes is one strong performance, put up a ton of points, get a big victory or 2 in these last 2 weeks, lock up playoff spots, and just go from there.
Now you might be thinking, JL, wouldn't you have rather Nate won and Adam lose? That way your playoff spot was secured. You might lose. You might be the odd man out here. You might get the short end of the stick. And you'd be right. But you forgot one thing. I am petty as a motherfucker. And I love to see Nate hate. I love to see some Nate sweat. I love that he is nervous as fuck now, thinking he might not make it to the playoffs with his team that's definitely objectively better than Adam's and mine. But guess what? Fantasy football is a fucking mindfuck. And I live for this shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be yelling at my grandma this week. Fucking Nate, you asshole! I texted Adam like maybe 6 weeks ago and I was like, listen, I hate all these motherfuckers. I hate all these idiots. But you're not so bad. They want us to hate each other. They want us to be enemies. But I just can't. So, we're now Team Adam. We're now Team Kaz of Destiny. We're now Team Fuck Nate. All those other divisions, boring as fuck the next 2 weeks. The woke division, baby, movie.
Anyway, that's our division, the Wotes. And I think at this point, honestly, it feels like the division, the Wotes, is what it really comes down to for the playoffs right now. We got JL's going to get a win.
JL's going to win. So We'll go to 6-6.
JL beats Sexy P.
JL might take over the woke division.
It is Monday morning, week 12. The Big Cavs are going against Jared Sexual Patterson, our division mate, and we're fighting for a playoff spot. And for the first time since week 6 against Ron, we don't got a Monday night sweat for you. Bam! Victory formation, baby. Boom, let's go. Executed. Take that, Mr. Executioner. Yes. Jared's got no one left to play. We're already ahead by like 27 points. I still got Bryce Young left to play. So you know what, Bryce? Bring it home for us, Bryce. Come on, baby. As long as Bryce doesn't score negative 27 points tonight, we got a dub. And that's going to bring us to 6-6, which is the most even you can be. It's exactly even. This week was a pretty straightforward week, to be honest with you. I mean, not that straightforward. 2 of my wide receivers kind of dudded, Jameson Williams and Stephon Diggs. Jameson Williams got 0 points, but it doesn't matter because Cavs of the Week award go to Wan'Dale Robinson. 30 points, brother, from my wide receiver. My 15th round wide receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson, scores 30.6 points. Drops a 30 burger on Sexy's head. Happy to see that. Absolutely delighted to see that. 30.86 points by Jalen Hurts. Happy with that. Him and Quinshon Judkins scored like maybe 4 rushing touchdowns within the first 10 minutes of that 4 p.m. slate. That was a pretty fun ride. And then Quinshon Judkins didn't score much for the rest of the game, but that's okay. Didn't need to. Got those 2, he's out. On Sexy's side, he started Jacoby Brissett, who Nick traded him a few weeks ago before the deadline. Did fine, 18 points. Tyrone Tracy, 16 points. Got a lot of those towards the end of the game. Justin Jefferson, another mid-performance by Justin Jefferson with the 8.8 points. I tried to trade for him before the deadline with Sexy, just, knowing that he probably wasn't going to make the playoffs, but it was a no-go, so, that's fine by me. Oh, but then probably the biggest storyline of this matchup between Sexual Patterson and I is that Mr. Commish, the Sexy Patterson, left Aaron Rodgers in his lineup. He left him in there. I'm sitting there looking at my lineup, and then the 1 p.m. game start, he's got Mason Rudolph in his bench. He could have put Mason Rudolph in there. Now, Mason Rudolph's terrible, so I was hoping maybe he would get negative points, but he got 8 points, 7.5 points that Sexy left on the table here for a 0 by Aaron Rodgers and his broken left wrist. That hurts. That one hurts.
Let me this part needs to be said, okay? Whoever's editing this, I got a little bone to pick with Sexual, okay? That's my guy, but when it comes to your elite mates, that's my arch enemy, okay? He goes executioner, right? He brings out the toaster, the, whatever it is, the air fryer. He's going to, electrocute Ron, bathtub type shit, right? The executioner, bull fucking shit. He's got a huge matchup versus our divisional opponent, JL, this week. This guy's got Aaron Rodgers in the lineup. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't be setting zeros. Listen, I get it. Mason Rudolph doesn't give you much of a fighting chance, okay? But he's playing. That right there, you just can't have that, okay? You just cannot be putting zeros in the lineup in this type of a league. You just can't do it. Shout out to JL, John Luke. He was going to get the win anyway. But, I mean, executioner, my ass. I mean, you're giving the kid a week. You're giving the kid a position. That's just insane.
We take another loss this week. Team did not perform yet again, but not a good look for me, honestly. Really bad look for me, actually. I started Aaron Rodgers. Just can't happen. Can't happen. On Saturday, I had my lineup set. Thought maybe Rodgers would play. Did not think Slayton would play. And then, life happens. I didn't check my lineup Sunday morning. The games start. I look at my lineup. Rodgers is still in there, and he is inactive. And I didn't put Darius Slayton in because I didn't think he was going to play. If I knew he was going to play and I had checked my lineup, I would have put him in. So, no excuse. Just shit managing. I'm like on Casey level management right now. Got nothing to say. Like, at least on the bright side, if I had set my lineup, Slayton and Rudolph would have combined for 10.8 points, while not setting my lineup of Burden and Rodgers had 9.1. So it was like 1.7 point difference there. Very minimal, and I'm going to lose by like 40. So didn't make a difference, luckily. But still, I got to be fucking better. First time in my life I've ever not set my lineup. And yeah, I'm the whoa. That's all I can say about that. JL, congrats on a win. Probably playoff spot. You never know. Jack, he's going to win again. He went up against Joe's 55-point Gibbs, and he still wins with 163 points. I mean, we've been saying it for like 2 months now. Jack is the favorite to win the league, and I would be pretty surprised if he did. 1 week, since it's fantasy playoffs, 1 week is all he needs. One bad week. But the thing is, he has so many elite level players that, like, JT, bad game. Bijan, bad game. Doesn't matter, because he has guys who can step up when his three-headed monster running back doesn't step up for him.
Joe and Jack going head-to-head this week. Two of the top teams in the league here. 8-3 Joe, Kareem Hunt God, 10-1 Jack. And it's looking like Jack's team is the heavy favorite going into the championship.
Jack didn't even really have a good week. Like, this is the problem with Jack's team, is like he plays against Jahmyr Gibbs, 55 points. Bijan goes sub 15 points. Michael Pittman goes sub 15 points. Trey McBride, 17 points. Jonathan Taylor, sub 10 points. And he's still going to end up with 160 points.
You got the three-headed monster. He's running away with things, it feels like. He had a big game versus Joe this week, right? And Joe, listen, he put up a fucking fight, man. The other line out there, Gibbs goes for 50. You get a legitimate 50 burger, you think you got a chance. And Taylor doesn't do shit, right? You're like, wow. Doesn't matter. He's got McCaffrey going tonight. And what do we got? Joe's got Kittle. So, but Joe's down 18 with McCaffrey versus Kittle. So even if you wash that there, pretty unlikely for Joe.
It also really looked like Joe was going to give Jack his first loss this week. His first loss in a long time, to say. I think Jack's only loss was to Joe early on in the season. I could be wrong there, but Jack's just kind of inevitable.
Happy Victory Monday, people. Barring George Kittle outscoring Christian McCaffrey by 17 points, that will be 11 in a row for the boys. Jack lovers, Team Jack, Jack Riders, whatever the fan base is calling themselves this season. Make sure to throw a comment down below just to show your allegiance. First things first, Joe is going to put up almost 140 points. That would beat everyone in the league besides me, and fifth in points for the Settlement Brothers. High scoring, that's what we do. We've locked up the 1 seed. We've locked up the bye, which was something nice that we needed to do. We wanted to give our players time to rest, and so we love to see that. The thing I wanted to focus on today was actually, I'm not sure if I'm getting enough credit for my managing skills. Now, did I draft well? Yes, and that's obviously been respected. It's respected every week when I'm projected to score 165 points. It's respected in the comment section, so I appreciate that. But I think what's gone under the radar is the managerial skills that have been shown throughout. Week 1, should I have started Michael Pittman? Yes. Should I have made that change before I left for my flight? Yes. But since then, it's been pretty much flawless. How about a week 2, week 3 Mac Jones pickup and got 7 weeks out of Mac Jones in that QB2 slot? Obviously, the trade maneuvering, getting Trey McBride, a lot of people said, why would you give up Deebo Samuel? Why would you give up Jalen Waddle and Tua, 3 startable players, and you're getting Trey McBride? Now, a lot of people thought the Trey McBride piece was smart, but that turned out to be a huge difference maker. And then we see the problem with Cam Ward, and so we bid for Tyrod Taylor. We get Jameis Winston. I spent a little money on Jameis Winston. Jameis puts up a 30 piece and is going to be a huge part of me locking up the bye this week. Although Cam Ward, 24 points this week. Very excited about that. And then most recently, we also got Jaden Higgins into the lineup. We lose Calvin Ridley to an ankle injury. That's the one hole in the team, as the boys were discussing in the weekly preview. And Jaden Higgins scores a touchdown. He's getting 6, 7, 8 targets a week. He's scoring touchdowns. I just think there needs to be more appreciation. Now, there isn't a ton left to do, but I think the final piece of this is I also have the second highest fab left in the league. So worst situation, worst comes to worst, I have 100 fab to fill in a slot. Disappointing performance out of the running backs this week. John Taylor, only 9 points. I have Emmanuel Wilson, who put up 25, 26 points on my bench. So I just think there needs to be more respect on the managerial skills. Like I said, when you build a super team like this, there isn't a ton left to do. I will admit that, but I think it's in the margins, in the little spots, that is actually what makes this team so strong and so dominant. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll regret that mix-up of not starting Pittman over Waddle week 1, and potentially an undefeated season could have been on the table. But we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We still got to play through Thanksgiving week, short week for the boys, quick turnaround time, and then we're back at it. We got 2 more weeks of the regular season. We want to get in at 13-1. We want to sit our guys, get them rested, and then hopefully win 2 games and become champs. Remember, last year I was down in the dumps, but I told you guys the team was good, made moves, got the Allen trade, had Allen Hurts, quarterback stacking was the move. This year I completely pivoted off that strategy. I ended up with the 3-headed monster of running backs, and Drake May's QB2, and McBride is tight end 1. It is. I just think there needs to be more respect put on my name from a managing perspective. That's all I'm saying. Let's go win a title. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Love you. Peace.
Look right side. Incomplete.
Go Jameer!
Oh,
Jameer!
God.
Go Jameer!
Oh,
Privet! Let's go! Come on, Privet! Let's go!
That's insane.
Let's go, baby! Unreal! Now that's how you start OT!
Oh my God. I was fucking joking because I was like 190 yards from the touchdown.
Joe put up a good fight, but I mean, at this point, probably doesn't really even matter for Joe. He's got a playoff spot. He's probably not going to get a bye. So he's just trying to fight for seeding.
Joe put up a hell of a fight versus Jack, but he's just got bigger concerns, man. Like, he's just got bigger concerns. Baker's hurt. Jahmyr Gibbs, GOAT performance. Like, he didn't get the W. And then, like, Kyron Williams, it looks like this could be a Blake Corum headache for him moving forward. Kenneth Gainwell's bleeding into Jalen Warren. Just, like, headaches all around for Joe, unfortunately.
It might be tough sledding for Joe without Drake London here, but I don't know. I just know he has Jahmyr Gibbs, and when I saw Jahmyr Gibbs put up 55 points, I was like, man, maybe Joe's going to beat Jack this week, and then Baker Mayfield just shits the bed.
Joe is just getting wrecked by injuries right now, dude. So Baker Mayfield goes down with a shoulder injury, left shoulder injury. It's not his throwing shoulder, but it didn't look great. It looks like he might miss a couple games. But Joe had the 55-point scoring Jahmyr Gibbs this week and is still going to pull out an L to Jack. This is brutal.
If Joe's team gets Drake London back, he's a lot scarier on paper. He doesn't have a QB2. Geno's there, but like Geno literally takes fucking 40 sacks a game. His receiver room is disgusting right now. Like, he started Yoshivas, Metcalf, and Adonai Mitchell this week, but I think there's a world where in like 3 weeks is kind of perfect timing for the playoff starts, and he'll be at full strength with London, Cortland Sutton, and then his choice of like DK, Jaden Reed, something like that. So that could definitely be a high ceiling team as well.
All right, I'm going to lose to Jack, which is insane because Jahmyr Gibbs put up one of the best performances of fantasy of all time, cementing the decision that I made to not trade him. And then him doing this makes me feel really good, because if I did trade him and I had to watch him put up 55.5 points on Nick's team potentially, I would be fucking crying. That being said, I would have had a shot if I started Shamir DK. He put up 21 points on my bench, which, I mean, I'm trying to start Adonai Mitchell or Shamir DK at this point. So that's not great. But if I started him, he put up 21 points, and Adonai put up 6. So I'm at 122. So what is that? 16 more points. I would be at like 138 to 140 right now is what Jack has. But it would have come down to CMC versus George Kittle, and I still probably would lose that matchup. And then Baker, not finally, but he has his worst game also. He also got hurt, so that didn't help. Downside is if Baker's like done, then I'm really in trouble for QBs because I have Geno leading this team. And that doesn't feel good at all, because traded Shador. Shador has a decent game. He wins his first start. Now he's named the starter. Traded him because all things pointing were he's going to be sat after the first game. So bad play on my part. Yeah, overall this week, I mean, what can you do? To beat Jack is going to be almost impossible at this point. Like, I have a 55.5 point game from my running back, and his team had probably the worst performance from his 2 best players, and he's still going to put up 160 points. So, Jameis putting up 32 points.
Pass.
Back to Jameis.
Oh,
that
oh my
God. Go, Jameis. Go!
No way!
What a God!
I mean, what can you do? And yeah, like, there's not much for me this week and for the next weeks. Like, I'm just waiting for the playoffs. Around the league, did Ron not start a fucking tight end? Ron's just all the way out at this point. No tight end start, unless he picked someone up that I didn't see. Yeah, no, Ron just no tight end. Just ripped no tight end this week. Ron's packing it in. Early vacation for Ron. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Ron, welcome to the absolutely dog shit manager land over here. Me, you, and Casey. I mean, not starting a tight end. It wasn't even like there was a tight end that was ruled inactive. There's just nobody in your tight end slot. Don't know how that happened. I guess you picked up AJ Barner and you didn't put him in time. 3.8 points. That actually could be a big 3.8 points considering the circumstances right now. So Ron, I mean, this might be worse than me. He's also got just a straight 0 in his lineup with Jordan Addison. So it's a really bad look for Ron. If he won this week, it would guarantee himself not getting one of the buys in the toilet bowl. And like Gut picking up a win, Ron losing, that then puts them 1 game from each other. Ron does have points 4 over him slightly, but still, like he's playing with fire right now. And I mean, considering he didn't set his lineup, it feels like him and I deserve to have those 2 toilet bowl bye week spots.
All right. I will be honest, I've been dreading having to make this video all day. If you guys check the matchup between me and Gut, I am taking a 0 at tight end this week. And it's honestly embarrassing. I am lucky that it's not super consequential, right? Sexy P loses this week. I think that he also is going to overshadow this because I think the word on the street is that he had a Aaron Rodgers 0 in his lineup. And then even if Gut beats me this week, I'm still a game ahead of him. So in terms of the last 2 bye weeks in the toilet bowl, Gut would have to beat one of Joe and Jack and then also beat me in a points for tiebreaker. So I feel pretty decent there. Really, what happened was my tight end spot has been rough with Dalton Kincaid hurt. I had TJ Hawkinson, and then I said I don't want TJ Hawkinson because McCarthy sucks. So I put in some bids that rolled in on Wednesday. Then I saw Nick grabbed AJ Barner. I grabbed Noah Fant. Then I saw Mike Gesicki was healthy. So then I put another bid in on Mason Taylor, and then also AJ Barner, who Nick dropped for Kyle Pitts. Mason Taylor rolls through. Then I did research on Friday for a video on my channel called Sneaky Starts. I ended up liking AJ Barner. Well, he puts up 3.8 PPR points, so dumb move by me, but then I put in a bid to drop Mason Taylor for AJ Barner. I think I just forgot about it because once Nick dropped AJ Barner, he sits there for another day, and then that doesn't roll in until Sunday. Sunday morning, I set all my lineups. No real injury news comes out, so I just let everything ride. Of course, 12 p.m. hits, our waiver wire rolls in. I then add AJ Barner, I drop Mason Taylor, and then I don't realize in time until I check the scores some point during the 1 p.m. slate. AJ Barner's on my bench. There's also no waivers. So like I was even thinking, oh, maybe I could get like JT Sanders for the Monday night game. And it looks like this game tonight, I'm only ahead by 7-ish points. He has Ted McMillan to go. He probably wins. This can go one of 3 ways. One way is he just simply scores more points than I would have had anyways with AJ Barner's 3.8. Second thing is that he could score more than me, but within that 3.8 PPR barrier where this then cost me a win. Or he completely whiffs another primetime game and I end up winning in spite of taking a 0 at tight end. So yeah, I'm very upset with myself that I couldn't get a tight end in my tight end spot in time. It's just careless and dumb and kind of taking this whole opportunity for granted. So just kind of an apology to the viewers, apologies to everybody else. That's all I got.
Gutters and Ron, this one's going to come down to Monday Night Football. Definitely leading in Guts' favor, having Tet McMillan to score 7 points. Tet has hit this mark in every week so far this season except for 1. So if he can't do it tonight, oh boy, not great for Gutters.
Guts probably going to beat Ron. But Gut has been in this position before, honestly, where he has been down points on a Monday night game, and he has like 1 or 2 people to play. His guy doesn't pull through, but he has Tet. So after the game performance of last week for Tet, I feel pretty good that he's going to put up 7 points to win. So Gut's going to move to 3 and 9. Casey put up a big week for him. Beat Tony.
5th in points 4, gets a big dub versus Tony, which basically makes that division completely cooked between those two.
Casey's on the come up. Casey low-key might surpass Tony in the division. He had a monster week, 140 points, so I'm sure he'll be like 3rd in points 4 again.
Casey, big points 4 week for him. 141 points takes down Tony. And I mean, Casey, the fact that you got JSN on your team and you're 4 and 8, that's worse than me. Couldn't imagine being that bad of a manager.
Monday morning check-in. I'm almost back, man. 4th in points 4. Jumped J-Mo's fraudulent-ass team. If it wasn't for Jahmyr Gibbs, I would have been back 3rd in points 4. Joe, I'm coming for you. Another win. We're going to get the reverse bye in the toilet bowl. Parker Washington, touchdown. I mean, God, JSN is the actual greatest of all time. Saquon sucks, per usual. So for all the people, obviously Ramondre is not healthy, but Zay cooked. And yeah, team's amazing, per usual. Jack, first in points for. Me, fourth in points for. Damn. Anything else? Do I have anything else? No, that's about it. Fourth in points for. Coming for third. I think Nick's out of reach, but just know if he slips at all, coming for second in points for. Just know that. Oh, I was watching the preview. They're like, damn, I hope Casey drops out of the top 6 in points. That's not fucking possible. When your team's good, you can't drop out. That's just not how it works, you know? When you have the third best team in the league, you can't just drop out of the top 6 in points for. So J-Mo and Gut, they can keep hoping that I drop out. You know whose team sucks? J-Mo, your team fucking sucks. All right, goals for the season. Get back into third in points for. That's number 1. Number 2, Jack or Nick win the league. No, that's actually number 3. Number 2, J-Mo loses. As long as J-Mo loses, this season is a complete and utter success. And as always, fuck the commenters. Y'all are dumb as fuck. IQ of fucking 20. Typing behind those fucking desks in your basement. No friends. No friends. And remember, Thanksgiving week, focus on your family. Fantasy football. Real family. Non-fiction family. Fiction football, non-fiction family. Get your priorities straight. All right.
Looks like Casey's going to officially put a fork in Tony No Dime season. I will say, someone that's been bitching all year about I wish I had Lamar Jackson, that trade just seems like kind of a wash. Like, Lamar has been pretty brutal in fantasy football.
Tony, second half Tony, not a good look. Yeah, the second half of seasons, he always collapses. He's prime competitor for me in the toilet bowl right now, especially the way Lamar's been playing. If Lamar can't step it up, what has Tony got going for him?
Casey beating Tony. Tony's team just straight asshole, bro. Should have traded with me, Tony. Big mistake. Anything else worth commenting on here? We got Unkstein and J-Mo. Who the fuck cares, bro?
Another sweat, Nick and J-Mo. I mean, Nick's got 3 players left to play Monday night, and he needs 27 points. It's definitely in his favor, especially having a quarterback going. But, like, all it takes is, like, a low-scoring game. Maybe the 49ers can't move the ball. I'd be shocked if the 49ers can't move the ball against the Panthers. But if they can't move the ball, those, like, Purdy, Jennings, week game combined for like 12 points. It's not over. And we know what J-Mo's defense can do to his opponents. So, like, I'm not counting J-Mo out here. This is a huge matchup for both of these guys. Like, if Nick wins this, he is then in the driver's seat to get the second bye spot.
We got Justice League and Uncle Steen, 8-3, 9-2. We got 130.79 versus 110 already in the books. So Nick only has 83. He does need, some decent performances here. Just can't have a bunch of, laying eggs. But we got Rico Dottle, got Jennings and Purdy all going. So he needs a total of, math is tough here, 27 it looks like. So between the 3, it's a very doable number, but it's not 100% a lock. He's got an 82% chance to win.
Nick versus J-Mo looks like it's going to go to Nick.
All right, it's Monday morning, and right now, heading into Monday Night Football, it would be a catastrophe if I don't get this dub over Stain. So we're going to presume, and this is just the worst mojo of all time, considering I have Kyle Pitts on my team, and I thought I single-handedly Trojan horsed myself. Can't wait to drop his ass. That being said, we're not clear yet, because anytime you have Kyle Pitts on your roster, you are eligible to have an absolute collapse. But I think we feel pretty good right now. Sleeper's got us at an 83% chance win, and this is huge to start off division play, because if I do beat Steen, we'll be tied in record, but I'll be like 220, 30 points ahead of him, which would obviously give me the tiebreaker. We still got 2 more games, but jumping ahead of Steen here would mean that with Joe also losing, I'll be a game and points ahead of him. I'll be in position to grab the bye. And that's what I need right now. That's what anybody needs right now, because not only does the bye obviously give you that week 14 rest, recovery, get your players healthy, get your mindset correct, but it also means you're on the opposite side of the bracket of Mr. Jack. So again, it's just, you got to fight fire with fire. I mean, listen, I'm projected to put up 130, and I did that without Jamar Chase, Devon Achane, Brian Thomas Jr., Sam Laporte is now on the IR. I did pick up Darren Waller, though. I thought that was sneaky sharp. Can throw him into the IR if I need him. But I also got Brenton Strange after a big game. So I feel like I've plugged a little bit of a hole here with my tight end spot. You know what? You know who my go to the week is? Kareem Hunt. That fat little fucker is the GOAT. 33 touches. So I spent like a quarter of my fab on him. I think, was it 3 weeks ago at this point? And I haven't even used him in my lineup. And I held him throughout the bye because I was a little iffy on Pacheco's injury. And I was like, maybe he might actually sit out after the bye. Threw him into the lineup and just watched him pound his thick bottom into the end zone. 33 touches. Manifested that shit against Steen. Manifested. J-Mo's going to get in. He could pull off a lucky win, but his roster is probably going to be either the 5th or 6th best team in the playoffs. It's whoever makes the 2nd seed of the WOT division will probably have the 6th best roster, and then J-Mo. But at the same time, like, me and J-Mo are tied for record. If he ends up, having a lucky break over the next 2 weeks and he gets the bye, obviously his chances to go further are significantly fucking increased here. But overall, man, I feel like we're in a good fucking spot. Like, again, we had a good week despite not having 3 of our best players. I ain't gonna lie though, I might throw Kyle Pitts against the Jets out again next week. I'll stop there. Pray for Uncle Steen. We need 27, Rico, Juwan, Brock Purdy. So let's finish strong. Let's manifest this win. We're manifesting this win. Because I guess Steen forgot to do that himself this week, so I will do the honors.
Big Unk losing right now, but he has got 82% chance to win. So that feels good about him.
J-Mo is looking like the team I'd want to play against right now in the playoffs. No one's really talked about just how bad Ibuka's been. The past 6 weeks, he's had one good week. Like, that trade is starting to not look great for J-Mo. Derrick Henry has been okay, but he needs touchdowns. But what is aging well for him is Michael Wilson. This dude is so much better than Marvin Harrison. It is crazy. Once Marv is back, I am very intrigued to see what the splits look like between those two guys, because Michael Wilson is putting up numbers that Marv has never done. That could be a very, very sharp waiver wire pickup. J-Mo has had, even though that trade was bad, his wide receiver free agent pickups have been extremely good. Alec Pierce, Michael Wilson, Troy Franklin, like, all 3 of those guys are guys you can put in your lineup and feel okay about it.
Okay, week 12 recap. Still in a sweat. Still got a little J-Mo magic, potentially, a little J-Mo defense. Heading into Monday night, I'm up 27 on Unk, but Unk's got 3 players. So unless this is the WOT Monday night game, I'm going to give Unk the W. Straight up, just didn't have great performances this week from my wide receivers or my QB. Michael Wilson popped. Chris Olave did his job. Like, my actual wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 3 as far as where they're positioned on my roster. Emeka Ibuka, 6 points. Alec Pierce, 3 points. Jordan Love, 7 points. And Unk had some duds himself. DeAndre Swift sucked. Romeo Dobbs sucked. Kyle Pitts sucked. But, like, Unk, that's on you. You knew that. Really don't got many complaints. It's a ugly week. Wasn't really expecting to win. I picked Unk in the preview. Despite my matchups, just didn't feel good going in, specifically about Ibuka, specifically about Pierce. Didn't feel good about the Saints. Thought they would flop for me this week, and actually Olave and Juwan put up 26 combined. Regardless, like I said, we're just worried about the playoffs. All right, bye would be cool, top seed would be cool, but I'm just trying to get my guys healthy. Like, Jordan Love, continue on this skid. Continue to let people doubt you, for when playoffs come around, you turn the fuck up. All right, Justin Herbert, get healthy. Take this bye week, get healthy, and get ready for the playoffs. Michael Wilson, another $0 GOAT week from him. And as long as Marvin Harrison Jr. is out, Michael Wilson is actually that guy. All around, I'm happy with the week, especially because I got another $0 GOAT that no one saw coming. Devin Neal. Alvin Kamara leaves the game. Who's Alvin Kamara's backup? Devin fucking Neal. 7 carries, 18 yards, 5 for 7 through the air, 43 yards. Guaranteed he'd be pick up this week. Guaranteed Sexy's bitch ass, fuck ass executed team would pick him up this week. Also, CMC plays tonight, and I picked up Brian Robinson, so that's going to be sick when I'm the guy that has B-Rob when CMC tears his shit. But yeah, other than that, shout out Unk. He's probably going to take this down again pending a Monday Night Football disaster. Yeah, I don't really have anything else, I don't think. Just wish a couple of the boys pulled up a little bit tougher yesterday, but I got some breaks. Jamar was suspended. DeAndre Swift sucked. Like I said, Dobbs sucked. Unk had a couple misses too. I just needed like a decent week, and this week I had a below average week. 110 Can't expect many W's with 110. Next week we get Herb. Next week's Thanksgiving. Next week we gonna see the family. Next week we gonna get healthy. And we gonna worry about the playoffs. Regular season is irrelevant to me now. I can sit here and talk all I want. Oh, this sucks, that sucks. Nothing matters until 2 weeks from now. On to week 13. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Love you, bye.